Hi, I'm Morgan with Hobie. I'm going to show you how to install an adjustable HBar in a 2015 Pro Angler 12. Let's go over the parts that make up the adjustable HBar kit. First off, you have a set of instructions that you can refer to at any time throughout the installation process. You have your left and right vertical bar assembly. You have a short center tube, which is used for installing the HBar on models such as the Outback or Revolution 13. You have a medium center tube, which is more suited for models like the Pro Angler 12 and 14, but can also be cut and modified as needed. You have your angled foot mounts, your straight foot mounts, your H-rail foot mounts, your center tube mounting hardware, your foot mounting hardware, and your pull pin screw replacement hardware in case you don't want your HBar to be removable. You also have your tie-down assembly, and the tools that you'll need are a Phillips head screwdriver, a 3/8" wrench, a measuring tape, and a drill with a 3/16" bit. For mounting the adjustable HBar on a 2015 Pro Angler 12, we're going to get the two vertical legs, the medium-sized middle piece. We're going to get the hardware to connect the middle piece to the legs with the low-profile nuts. I'm also going to take the hardware that holds down the feet. However, I'm going to keep 3 washers with 2 of the bolts and 1 washer with 2 of them, and I'll show you why later. I have 2 angled feet that the main frame will sit on. Those will mount on the black mounting boards that are on your Pro Angler. And then I have 2 of the H-rail feet that will attach to the H-rails on the side. First thing we're going to do is attach your center bar, the medium-sized one, to the vertical legs, making sure that the holes line up, so you can put the hardware in there and fasten it in place. The leg of the HBar is facing in towards me because this is the side that I'll be leaning up against. So I like to put the screw in from this end so that when I'm leaning up against it, my skin is brushing up against the head of the screw and not the end of the screw. Once I have it in there, I'll put my little low profile nut on there and tighten it up with my screwdriver. I like to hold my finger on it while I'm doing this, just to keep that nut in place. I'm going to mount these 2 angled feet to the mounting boards now. One thing about the Pro Angler 12 is that the front of the HBar is actually going to extend past the nose of the boat. And that's where we need those 2 additional washers to fill this void and make sure that the bar sits horizontal on your kayak. The plastic part of the boat follows this contour right here and extends out about 2 inches. So what I'm going to do is take this tape measure and mark 2 inches about right here from the furthest point. Do the same thing from this end, mark 2 inches, and that kind of forms a little square triangle. So if I mount my front foot anywhere in here, that's going to be good. And what I'll do is take this angled mount, make sure it's facing in, get it in there somewhere, and just mount my front screw, get the HBar on there, and then adjust it from there. So that's what we'll do next. I'll slip my 2 washers, which will act like spacers, onto the bolt. Put it in through the mount. You can see how it's kind of sitting up like that. That'll tighten down even more once I bolt it in. Take my 2 washers, which will act like spacers. 1, 2. Make sure this piece is facing inwards. You can see how they're actually spacing it out. Get in there. Now that I have the 2 front ones drilled in, at least on the front screws, I'm going to get the HBar, put it on here, make sure that it is sitting nice and straight, and then I'll actually drill my back holes. So underneath each bolt, I'm putting a small washer and the lock nut. And remember, I have this bolt, 2 washers on top as spacers, and then underneath I have 1 washer and a lock nut. This one's simply the bolt, a washer, and a lock nut underneath. That sits nicely. Now I'm going to attach the H-rail feet to the H-rails. So get it on here lightly. A good rule of thumb spot to start is about 6 inches out. So if I hold that tape measure, you can see, line the front of it up about 6 inches out. Tighten the knob up and get it pretty tight, because you don't want this thing slipping on you when you stand up, and then cinch it down. Do the same on the other side. You'll notice that the top tab is facing inwards. That's pretty important. Once you've got that done, pull your bar up. Again, you're going to stretch it out a little bit. The H-bar is designed to stretch out a few inches on either side. These plastic parts are made out of a pretty malleable material, and that allows you to mount this bar on an array of different kayaks. I've got my adjustable H-bar how I like it. I adjusted the front legs and the back legs out a little bit. I like to use it for pulling myself up to the standing position, and once I'm here, I like it to hit me right around the belt line, and it supports me while I'm casting. So the adjustable H-bar, that wasn't too hard. And stay tuned and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll have more fun, interesting, exciting videos, maybe some adventures too, to share with you. Thanks for watching. There's also this adjustable bungee included for holding your adjustable H-bar in place while it's transported. I already shortened it a little bit so it fits nice and snug.